millions of fans, an historic run of hits, and then all of a sudden, nothing. After Auntie, Rihanna ghosted the entire music scene. No album, no tour, just silence. And then, out of nowhere, she mysteriously pops up in a Smurfs movie. She didn't quit music. She found a smarter way to monetize it. Yes, we know she's a billionaire from her Fenty brand, but by getting paid when her music shows up in movies and shows, she's maximizing her profits from her catalog. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same without being famous and how each placement can pay you thousands of dollars. And you don't need to release an album to do this. So, quick breakdown. A sync deal essentially is when your music gets used on a television show, a movie, a video game, when it's put behind visual media. You get paid upfront and then you get paid again every time it plays. So let's talk numbers. Spotify pays half a penny per play on average. You need 250,000 plays just to earn $1,000, which still doesn't pay all the bills. One sync deal though can pay you anywhere between 5 to sometimes 6 figures all at once. And Rihanna's been doing this for years without anybody really noticing. She's not dropping albums, she's landing deals and she's getting paid for it. But the cool thing about sync licensing is you've got to make the right kind of music because you don't need to chase after a hit, you need to chase after a feeling. Songs that match a moment in a story, not just a playlist. Lift Me Up was not a party song. It was very, very emotional. It fits the scene. Every time you hear it, it obviously paints a picture. And the coolest part is that you keep ownership of said song. So you're basically licensing the availability for them to use it behind their moving picture. Think about the other alternative, right? If you sign music to a record label, they end up giving you maybe a percentage, which is terrible if you think about it if you're a producer and you get it signed to a major label artist. But with sync deals, you get to actually decide where the music gets used. And you can tell trillion-dollar companies, hey, I don't really rock with what y'all doing right now, so you can't use this. Because what we're dealing with now is your intellectual property. And this is exactly why Rihanna is licensing her songs and not making a whole album. She's calling all the shots and she's making way more from less time. Think about it. What's a couple $100,000 to a billionaire? On top of all that, she's probably capitalizing off of the movie being broadcast and featured, and she can sell her other products that made her a billionaire off of said movie and popularity. Absolutely boss move. But here's what most people don't know. Indie artists like you actually have the advantage versus someone like Rihanna. In most cases, the people who choose songs for shows and movies, they actually like working with independent music creators because when it comes to labels, there's a lot more hands in the pot and there's normally faster yeses to help them get their job completed. In our private sync community, we talk to those decision makers every single week and they help us know exactly what they're looking for. And don't think that sync is just like background music. It can be featured as long as it's helping tell a story or sell a product. We actually see this all the time during the Super Bowl, which is one of Rihanna's coldest moves, if you ask me. During the Super Bowl, millions are watching, right? And then when she actually gets to perform, she drops nothing. No new songs, no new album, nothing. That silence made a ton of people curious. So when her next single comes out with a movie, it's a huge moment that people have been foaming at the mouth for. And I think her previous song from Black Panther actually got an Oscar nomination, which is really cool. So this is what I like to call smart timing because she waited to release for a specific purpose. She dropped less and earned more. And because she's already got a huge catalog, when she did actually play the Super Bowl, guess what? Everyone went back and listened to those songs. Now let's talk about what this means for you. These days, sync deals show up everywhere. TV shows, commercials, YouTube, indie films, and they all pay. One of our private members landed a $2,800 deal just last week for a song with no vocals on it. It was just used in a trailer promo. No record label used at all. Uploaded it Thursday, the deal was done by Monday. That's the power of sync licensing. Whereas if you're trying to make a complete artistic album, that takes months. You might earn a couple $100 over the lifetime of that song. But one sync track can normally cover your rent in a weekend. Also, if you want some contacts with people that we've actually met in our private community, check the link in the description. There's a free list of companies that are looking for your music right now. This is exactly why I don't think that Rihanna is ever going to give us another album because she's getting paid from sync licensing instead. And there's no advertising or promo needed. That's all funded by the movie industry. But here's what most people don't actually realize. There's a whole system in place that help you actually land some of these things. And most artists skip the step that matters the most. So in this video, I'll break down exactly how to get your first sync placement, even if no one knows your name.